XFM, today's best music classics to Carly Simon, You're So Vain. You probably think that song was about you, Kevin. Kevin's in the studio with us because we have special guests taking some pictures. David McGuire's here, and David is in a run to remember. You'll see him around town as he's heading through this province, heading through all the provinces. Welcome, David.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about a run to remember. Exactly what is it? Now, you had brain injury back in 2005. What happened?
My brain started to bleed inside my skull, and with no room for the blood to go, it caused my brain to start swelling. And the technical word for it would be stroke or brain bleed. And because of my age, it went misdiagnosed for quite a while. So.
Okay. So part of your run is awareness and talking to people about things that they can do to prevent brain injury?
Absolutely. Obviously, I didn't know this before I had a brain injury, and my injury was a little bit unique and atypical, but the most common form of brain injury comes from something as simple as not wearing a helmet, concussions, and I also have aphasia, so I have difficulty with words, but concussions are a brain injury, so that falls into the line of brain injuries, and their highest rate of people that will have an injury are males between 15 and 25, and it screws your life up.
Yeah, and with all the world news out of the sports world, we know that it's very topical right now.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about the run. So you started in Newfoundland, and how were the Newfies?
Newfoundland was fantastic.
My grandmother was a Newfoundlander.
And I've learned that it's Newfoundland. It's not Newfoundland, it's Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Yeah, and truly phenomenal. I mean, the people were so friendly. It was definitely something. In the beginning, I think they were honking at me because I was slowing traffic down, but by the end of it, I figured that they were actually supporting.
Get off the road, bye.
Pretty much, yeah.
And now you've crossed into Nova Scotia, and you took the ferry across, I don't know.
We did, yeah. Yeah, the late night ferry, yes, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And the response here is starting to take off for you.
It is. It's for me because I have short-term memory loss after my accident. Now, I don't forget that I'm running, but I do forget that people are aware that we're there. So a lot of times people will pull the car over in front of me, and I'm like, uh-oh, what does this guy want? Or they come running across the street to us, and that always freaks. And then I remember, right, I'm running across the country. So, but the people have been absolutely phenomenal, very, very helpful. Lots of honking horns. So. And
it's a great cause. Talk about the timeline. How long is it going to take to run to BC?
I'm thinking we're about 6 months away, so yeah, I'm trying to put in at least a minimum of a marathon a day. That's much easier said than done when you're facing 180-mile-an-hour winds in Newfoundland. But so far, the wind has been on my side since I've hit here. Every day it's been behind me, so that's been really good. And the weather's reminding me of BC, which is nice. So yeah,
we're not that pleased with it, but anyway. People can donate. They can buy a kilometer, they can buy a marathon, and they can also text donations, right?
Yes, they can. They can text to, I think it's 45678.
You got it.
And they text BRAIN to that. And that will do an automatic donation. Please, no kids. Make sure they clear it with their parents.
$5, I think.
$5 and something like that. Or, I mean, the other thing that I think is really cool, anyone can come out for a run with me. You know, I've asked all the mayors so far, media, you know, you want to come out, come for a run, right?
Well, we'll give you the mayor's number here.
He's shaking his head right now.
We're sending Kevin. He's you know, Mr. Super Jock over there, so he can go out and run. I challenge you to run down the hill with him. I challenge you. You gonna do it?
I'll try.
Okay, and we'll film that. That should be really interesting. But we got to get him a helmet because he's a little bad. Okay, so 7 months, or that's what it's going to take. You're into the first month, and it's going well. The website is runtoremember.com.
Correct, yeah.
And you're on Facebook and Twitter, social media?
We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, you name it, we're on it. Okay. Again, that's all the Brain Trust that does all that. I literally just have to run, so I truly have the easiest job. I just get to run every day. Yeah. So it's, a short-term memory loss, I just forget why I hurt a little bit the next day and go back out and run again, right?
So people are going to see you. You're on your way to cross the province, you're on your way to Halifax next?
Correct,
right?
Yeah.
And you're running down the number 7. I think.
Are you running so.
Trans-Canada or number 7? Number 7. Yeah. Okay, you're going that way. Good. You'll see lots of people. And the best part of the run so far for you, what's been the most interesting or fun thing?
Wow, that's a really good question. In a very odd way, it keeps me occupied for going that way, is counting Tim Hortons cups on the side of the road. And I know it's totally bizarre. You got to keep yourself occupied while you're going. It's been the really small things. We met a guy named Booney who was literally picture the mountain man in your mind, and that's what he was. And he came running down from the mountain full-on beard down to his belly, and came running down and goes, "I heard about you," and I'm, "Oh no, what's happening here?" And he ran up and gave a donation for $20 to us, and that's the stuff that gets me, or the little kids that run across the street because mom gave them some coins to throw in. So by far, because this is very surreal for me, so having people just, and when people know who I am, not only do I have short-term memory loss, but walking into a place and they're like, "Hey, David," I'm like, "Oh, hey."
Yeah. Well, the name's I think it will get bigger and bigger as you run across. David McGuire with a run to remember. Melissa's in the vehicle, right?
She is. We've got Melissa driving in a van. We also have my parents who have a motorhome that's larger than my apartment, and they follow us as well. So mom and dad have retired and given us their mobile home to use. So, yeah.
Good luck with it, and thanks for the awareness, and people should be wearing their helmets when they're skateboarding and doing all their things.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks, David.